All right, guys. So today we get to talk about big tech. And I'm really excited to talk about this because I haven't really talked about this topic before. And I think that censorship from big tech, specifically towards the right, is a very interesting topic. There's a story with Yelp that I'm going to go over. And I think what is happening with Yelp is just an example of how big tech is being used to push an agenda, a far left agenda, by effectively trying to censor your free speech in any way they can. But before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman and you're watching A Black Conservative Perspective. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share A Black Conservative Perspective, aka a liberal's worst nightmare. You can also follow me on Twitter at gforemanbcp. Let's get it. All right, guys. So Yelp will label businesses accused of racist behavior. So I'm gonna pull up this article from NPR, and I'm gonna walk you guys through it. So, in what the company calls a firm stance against racism, the review site Yelp will warn consumers when a business has been reported for racist behavior. The company said it would only add this alert to a business page when there's resounding evidence of egregious racist actions from a business owner or employee. This will include behavior such as using overtly racist slurs or symbols. And this is a statement from the company. As the nation reckons with the issues of systemic racism, we've seen in the last few months that there is a clear need to warn consumers about businesses associated with egregious racially charged actions to help people make more informed spending decisions. And this is a statement from them. Now, the company said that the alert will require a news article from a credible media outlet. I wonder if a right-wing or right-leaning news outlet falls under that category. A link to the article will accompany the notice and will appear on the reviews until dismissed. And a Yelp spokesperson says that the incidents that warrant this type of escalated alert are extremely rare, in which we'll see because in the past, this has been used before. The law office of Aaron M. Schlossberg in New York was one of the first businesses for which the alert was used. Schlossberg went viral in 2018 after shouting a racist rant at employees at a Manhattan restaurant for speaking Spanish. He later apologized. So you can see here, I'm going to show you guys the little label that they use. And basically what it says is that business accused of racist behavior. Recently, someone associated with this business was accused of racist behavior, resulting in an influx of people posting their views to this page. Racism is reprehensible and has no place on Yelp, and we unequivocally reject racism in any form. Read about our reports of racist behavior here. All right, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but they used this when a lawyer was at a restaurant and said something that they deemed to be racist, and then subsequently labeled his business as racist. Now, my opinion on this is that is a slippery slope, man. Because what that essentially means is that if you say anything that is racist, anybody that you're connected with or any business that you're connected with can also be labeled as racist, even though the business's views may be different from that of the employees. To me, this is more of an attempt to control the hiring practices of businesses in general. Because if you hire an employee that may hold racist views and he goes out there and he says something racist, what can happen is that your business can be labeled racist, right? That's how far this goes. This is one of the first examples they use. So they're trying to frame this as something where, oh, guys, it's only going to be used in rare occasions. You know, it's not that extreme. Like, no, guys, this is an example of big tech, in my opinion, overstepping their boundaries. It is not your job, Yelp, to control who other businesses are hiring and trying to control so-called racist behavior. Let the consumers do that. You don't need to overstep and try to use your authority to try to label somebody as racist. Because just because somebody may hold racist views or what you deem to be racist views doesn't necessarily mean that the businesses they're associated with are racist. My other question is that what do you define as racist behavior? If I'm a business and I say I don't support Black Lives Matter, am I racist? If I'm black and I say I don't support Black Lives Matter, am I racist? Right? Would my business be racist? Now, if I'm white and I say I don't support Black Lives Matter, would my business be labeled as racist? Those are questions that I have. Now, I went and found an article that actually goes a little bit more in depth, and they actually do say that if your company speaks out against Black Lives Matter, you can be labeled as racist if you don't agree with Black Lives Matter. Which also brings up the question that if I agree with all lives matter, or if I say all lives matter, can you label me as racist? And this is why I think this is a slippery slope, guys. It's a very slippery slope because disagreeing with Black Lives Matter is not about race. It's not. I'm black and I disagree with Black Lives Matter because I don't agree with ideology. Am I racist for that? If I have a company, I don't allow my company to wear political slogans or to basically be political on the job or wear Black Lives Matter paraphernalia, will I be labeled as racist? You see this happening all over the place where liberal ideas are being promoted and conservative ideas are not. And these big tech companies effectively, we've seen it, have the right to limit the speech of the president of the United States, guys. This is where we're headed in society. Doing a little bit more research into this, apparently some of the censorship that is happening is because these companies are worldwide, so they have to abide by some of the strictest standards that some of these countries have in terms of free speech and censorship. So one of these entities, like the European Union, for example, has more strict laws in regard to what is acceptable speech. Because of that, these companies have to be more stringent in terms of what they allow on their platforms in order to be in compliance globally, which is very interesting. Again, that's just a little bit of what I learned, and somebody who knows more about it can educate me further on it, because I'm not in the legal realm when it comes to that type of stuff. But this really is an example of how it is okay to align yourself with left-wing ideology and to use racism as a way to make you have to agree with certain liberal ideologies. If you don't agree with my liberal ideology, then you're a racist. And it's not even about race. It has nothing to do with black people. It's really more about just agreeing with a certain viewpoint and trying to make sure everybody in society aligns with that. And if you don't align with it, then you will be canceled. And that is what this is. This is a official way to cancel a business. This is how it's done, guys. So let me know what you guys think about this. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.